Today, we're gonna talk about the 4 things that I love about my 911 GTS and the one thing that can get you killed. So the first thing that I love about my 911 GTS is actually the all-wheel drive system in this car and how it works. Now, 90% of the time when you're just going to a straight line or you're not doing big center or heavy angled corners, you've got 90% of the power going to the back wheel. However, when you do need it for front acceleration or when the system actually tells that you're going around a corner, it gives equal power to both the front and the rear wheels. This makes for some of the most unbelievable traction, great times on track day.
And speaking of track day, this is where the all-wheel drive system shines for me. On corners, I could feel the enhanced stability. And in addition, I found myself being able to get on acceleration much quicker when exiting the corners. And this is because the all-wheel drive system, in conjunction with Porsche's torque vectoring and an electronically controlled rear differential lock, gives improved turn and steering precision and traction, which honestly, it just gives you a feeling of invincibility. And this will bring us to the
number 2 thing that I love about my 911 is going to be Sport Plus mode, and more particular, how Sport Plus mode feels in the GTS. So we're just gonna switch this real quick, and let's see if you notice. Already, the sound really comes alive in the GTS when you go into Sport Plus mode. But it's not just the sound that actually comes into it. Throttle response is so much better on this car that you actually feel like you're getting more into the levels of a Turbo or Turbo S. And it makes this car just feel even more special for me, especially with the stiffening of the chassis and going around on the corners. I mean, absolutely amazing. So we do need to tell you about the one thing that I hate and that can actually get you killed in this car. But before we do that, we do need to pull over to tell you about the number 3 and number 4 things that I love about this car. Number 3rd thing I love about my car is actually going to be the 18-way seats. Now, I know that we were going to be going on a lot of long trips together, and so I wanted something that was going to be a lot more comfortable. And with the 18-way seats, it's not just the normal adjustments that you get, but it's also the hugging that you get around into the car. It almost feels like it's trying to give you a nice little hug, which is really good. It keeps you in place, but for long trips, super comfortable. Now, the 4th thing that I love about my 992.1 GTS is a spec. And there are only 2 options from the factory that you could get that were not actually optioned out on this car. And for a car that you're going to want to keep forever, it's super important, especially when you're trying to go out and go for a Porsche, and especially to me, having all those options now doesn't give you a real option later where you're going to go out and have a buyer's regret or remorse. And between the carbon fiber that's throughout this car, the double-H stitching, even the 911 GTS has been taken off of the seats it's normally done, and it's replaced by the Porsche logo tastefully, no kind of extra stitching onto it, just kind of blends in with the car. It's just something that's always going to make this feel super special for me. So now for the reason why you probably all clicked on this video, the one thing I hate about my Porsche 911 and how it can either get you into a major accident or get you killed. And it all has to do with the front impact sensor. So I'm going down a road that I'm very familiar with and I travel every day. And there are a lot of bikes that go into that area. And to just kind of paint the picture for you, I was approaching probably about 40 miles an hour while the bike was going straight. Now, I knew he was going to do a hard curve to the right, so I knew I wasn't going to be in any trouble in the accident. The car, however, had much different opinions. All of a sudden, every sensor started blinking on my car, and it literally took me from 40 miles an hour to 5 miles an hour in about a second. Now, this is a huge problem because that was never in danger or in any place where the car was either going to be hit or there was going to be a problem. However, if the car had been maybe behind me, been maybe 20 feet ahead, it would have caused an accident. The other issue that I have with it is even if he was possibly going to not notice my car, I could have veered off, but the car made the choice for me. Now, I didn't get me no Tesla or Robo-taxi. I bought a Porsche. I want this car to be able to do the things that I need to do when I want to. So one thing, I want to reach out to you guys and find out, did you ever have an incident like this? Did you ever have a problem? Or maybe did I just have a one-off? Now, I am going to be searching on how to take this off of my car, because that is something that's completely scared the crap out of me. And to be honest with you, kind of almost made me want to take my car back for a minute. So this is the 4 things that I love about my Porsche 911 and the one that I hate. Hopefully talking about the impact sensor is something that can possibly help you in the future. But guys, like and subscribe. We've got a bunch of adventures coming up. We're gonna be doing a bunch of road trips. Finally, usually in the Southeast, it's beautiful temperatures. We've been having lots of snow lately. And so now we're getting back to 65 and it's finally time to get back on the road. So guys, we'll see you again real soon.